soy Mari Carmen Soler y me he apuntado a la 312 por primera vez. Voy a participar en la distancia, vamos a participar en la distancia 167. Soy una persona con discapacidad visual y no tengo prácticamente ningún tipo de resto visual. Y pues voy a participar con Víctor Pacis, que va a ser mi piloto durante las horas que dure la 167 y durante todos los entrenos que venimos preparando la prueba.
E incluso cuando voy a entrenar intento buscar carreteras en las cuales he pasado en carrera por eso mismo, ¿no? Porque te vienen muchísimos recuerdos y yo creo que eso es lo bonito, ¿no? También el poder participar en la Mallorca 312 seguramente será muchísimos recuerdos. Para mí es todo un reto porque al final jamás he hecho tantísimos kilómetros, son 312 kilómetros. Y veremos a ver cómo soy capaz de acabarlo.
The Mallorca 312 Giant Taiwan's 9th edition brings us stories and unforgettable moments that will be presented to you during this summary. The neuralgic center of the event, Playa de Muro, presented an extraordinary atmosphere with 8,000 cyclists registered, a record of participation and with roads closed to traffic for the event. This edition was presented in Palma's Tourism Council, where they paid a tribute to the ex-cyclist Joaquim El Purito Rodriguez, collecting number 312. The Mallorca 312 united cyclists from 59 countries.
My name's Laura Scott. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and currently live in London, UK. And 5 years ago, I was visiting Mallorca, visiting a friend for my birthday, and she rented us road bikes for the day. And I was sort of new to cycling at this point. And we were coming up this climb, and all these people came past us and started cheering us on. And after the ride, I looked it up and found out it was Mallorca 312. That was 5 years ago, and since then, I've started racing ultra endurance, so I think I should be ready to do it this time. So really looking forward to it.
Patrick Hagenaars has a prosthetic left arm. The cyclist preparing for departure from 2 different lanes. Great atmosphere first thing in the morning in Playa de Muro. Family picture with Purito Rodriguez and Team Sky's general manager, Sir Dave Brailsford. Joseba Belocchi didn't want to miss this 312th edition either. The 8,000 cyclists started at 7 a.m. in front of the Hotel Association Playa de Muro to complete either of the 3 routes proposed by the organization: 167, 225 or 312 kilometers. The public woke up early to encourage the cyclists at the start. We present you the map of this Mallorca 312 with the general start and the whole Tramontana mountain range for those cyclists covering the 225 or 312 kilometers. Those riding the 167 turn and shorten the Tramontana mountain segment to head back to the finish line. Those riding the 312 go towards Ariany, Sant Llorenç des Cardassar and Artà before finishing back in Playa de Muro. The cyclists were greeted by the sun already during the first kilometers in Bahía de Pollença. Professional cyclists Luis Mas and Enric Mas were also in the peloton. The cyclists facing their first climb of the day, the Coll de Femenia. Mari Carmen Soler tells us about her communication on the bike with her guide Víctor Pacis.
Él me informa de todo, ¿no? Pues ahora vamos a subir, ahora tenemos una subidita larga, ahora una subida más corta, una subida más empinada, pedalea más fuerte, pedalea más flojo, no te pares de pedalear. Luego nuestra próxima parada, ¿cuál es? Ya, ¿no?
Barcelona.
Toda la información que él ve, igual que corriendo, pues me la transmiten. Además, lo hacen súper bien. O sea que encantada.
Mari Carmen and Victor on the 167-kilometer route. It's the first time in the event's history that a person with visual disability participates. We can also highlight the participation of 2,100 Mallorcan cyclists, of which the Artanenc Cyclist Club presented the largest group, with 49 registered.
Hi ha molta afició en això, és com una tradició ja fer-se 312.
És un repte personal, 312 quilòmetres, en que sí que tenim, és una passada.
Es que es espectacular porque el ambiente que hay, todos los corredores juntos, esto es una fiesta.
After climbing, descending starts. enjoying the feeling of speed whilst cutting the corners without risk of cars. Eurosport's journalist Adrián García wouldn't miss out on the Sportive and completed the 312 kilometers.
La verdad es que la cojo no solo por el ambiente ciclista que vive esta isla todo el año, sino este día porque es especial y poder compartir estas carreteras con miles de ciclistas y sobre todo, como digo, con el ambiente único que se vive, pues es incomparable.
És una experiència molt guapa i és un luxe tenir a Mallorca la carretera d'allà per nosaltres.
With the closed roads and everything, it's really nice.
Agradecemos a toda la gente de la isla que tiene la paciencia de dejarnos pasar.
Gratitude of Mallorca 312 Giant Taiwan cyclists towards all Mallorcans for the effort made to allow them to cycle without cars. After the split in the route, the cyclists riding the 167 returned towards Playa de Muro, and those who decided to complete the 225 or 312 continued to enjoy the impressive images of the Tramuntana Mountains from their bike. The Tramuntana Mountain Range, declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Good atmosphere in the town of Esporles, with locals watching the cyclists passing through.
Claro que és bo pels pobles i per tothom.
Avui és festa al poble d'aquesta bicicletada.
The town of Lloseta also presented a great atmosphere in which the Mallorca 312 supplied the cyclists with water and isotonic drinks through taps. This way they avoided the waste of 40,000 plastic bottles. To obtain a new gel at the food stops, participants were required to hand in an empty wrapper. The first cyclist to complete the Mallorca 167 was the British Adam Moore in a time of 4 hours 43 minutes. The fastest woman, Belgian Annick Dirk, arrived in 5 hours 20 minutes. In the Mallorca 225, the first cyclist to cross the finish line was the German Thomas Hofmeister. Here we have the first woman, Belgian Astrid Scharpmüller. Mari Carmen Soler and her guide Victor Pazis also finished and completed the 167 kilometers on their tandem.
Si lo hago yo, lo puede hacer cualquier otra persona con discapacidad visual, entonces que no hay ningún problema y que con un poco de esfuerzo y que con la ayuda de los demás pues puedes hacer prácticamente lo que te propongas.
Congratulations to Mari Carmen and Victor for their achievement in this Mallorca 312. An edition marked by the 8,000 numbers sold out only in a few weeks, and an estimated economical impact of 14 million euros on the island. An event with roads closed to traffic that permitted the cyclists to celebrate a day of cycling on Mallorca. Mallorca 312 Giant Taiwan maintains its charity compromise with UNICEF for the 6th consecutive year. The Sportive gives away a part of the registration fee and voluntary contributions of participants to this organization. And also enjoying this Mallorca 312, here Joaquim El Purito Rodríguez facing the last part of the race. Purito Rodríguez joined by Luis Mas and Enric Mas in the peloton. The European champion and Menorcan Albert Torres and ex-professionals Pedro Rillo, Joseba Beloki, Toni Tauler and Ángel Edo also remembered battles from their period as cyclists. Arrival in Artà at 285 kilometers into the route. Few kilometers left until the finish line, and here we see Joaquim leaving the village. The first cyclist to complete the 312 kilometers was the Belgian Rein Koertjens in less than 9 hours. A total of 8 hours and 54 minutes after heading an escape during 260 kilometers. The first woman was the Spanish Elena Briz Fernandez after 10 hours 49 minutes. This is how surprised she was at the finish, knowing she had been the fastest.
¿La ganadora? Sí, primera. ¿En serio? ¡Qué pasada, La he disfrutado un montón.
Team Sky's general manager Sir Dave Brailsford also completed the 312 kilometers and arrived in 29th place.
A fantastic event, really enjoyed it. Recommend anybody who likes doing sports, this is the best one, come and do this one. So thanks very much Mallorca, it's an absolute pleasure.
Number 312, Joaquim El Purito Rodríguez also finished the 312 beside Angeledo.
Ahora mismo dolor de todo el cuerpo, la verdad que es una marcha muy exigente, muy dura, pero a la vez divertida, ¿no? Porque no es una competición, es un reto de superar los 300 kilómetros. Y es espectacular que con tantísimos kilómetros yo creo que no ha habido ni 100 metros que no me haya encontrado gente, entonces yo creo que es lo bonito de esta marcha.
And as always, Arta turns into a party, even more when the green team arrives, the group that closes the peloton. Thank you for choosing the Mallorca 312 Giant Taiwan. Greetings, and we'd be happy to welcome you next year at our 10th edition.
Wir freuen uns jetzt auf ein Bier.
Bier. Cerveza, por favor, cerveza fría, fría.